The question was, I want one action step from the last section. So from lunch to now, one thing you're going to do different, one thing you're going to commit to doing. Not to drink again? That's it? Drinking's out. Have you been drinking this whole time? Thank you for stopping for the last part of the program. I appreciate that because I hate to have to clean up after you if you would keep on going. Yes, sir. Thank you. Hey, we have started session just in case. The wheels are turning about what you can do, and that's what this program is about, is how can you take some of these ideas and truly create some celebrations, right? And celebrating yourself, don't forget to do that. Go back to that joy list. What is it that you haven't done in a while? What would you like more of in your life? And try to eliminate the hassle. Sometimes we have hassles in our life and we really don't need the hassles. One of my favorite lines from the movie Mrs. Winterbourne was the main character said, she didn't have any hassles because she didn't want any hassles. And sometimes it's just the way that we look at life. Sometimes we bring unneeded stress in our lives because that's just the way that we react to it. But we don't have to always be that way, right? If we come from that celebration mentality where we acknowledge what's good, then we end up celebrating what's good and we're not so focused on the hassle factor of life. Okay, all right, we actually have a fair amount of stuff left to cover because we've been having so much fun, so I'm going to be a little bit more focused for a little while because I want to make sure that we get I don't cheat you out of any material. All right, so along with the joy list is to celebrate your favorite rituals. I look at my life as a series of rituals, and I look at some of the celebrations I have with my buddies that I've known for over 40 years. Every 5 years we take a birthday trip together. Thanksgiving, every year I'm in California with my dad and my mom, who have been divorced for many years, but we come together and celebrate it as a family. And it seems that every month I have one big ritual in my life to look forward to. And I look at life as just a series of rituals. So if you look at some of the things that you really value in your life, then to make a conscious effort to continue these rituals from now until eternity. For that, one of my favorite rituals when my grandmother was alive was every year it would be a trip that just her and I would take, and she would look at my speaking schedule for the year, and I could say anywhere that I'm traveling that you want to go along with, let me know in advance, and we'll carve out a couple extra days in that place. So one year, her trip she chose, I was speaking on a cruise ship, and it was a humor cruise with 350 nurses. So note to self, bringing a grandmother to a humor cruise is like bringing a puppy to a party. You get a lot of attention with your grandmother. It was a great move on my part. But I remember we were celebrating her 80th birthday on this cruise, and one night I had lost her. I couldn't find her anywhere on the ship, and then I remembered that there was a party on the top of the ship, and sure enough, I found her in a conga line, kicking it up on both sides. And she really had a spirit of life. She had a saying that you can never turn back the clock, but you can wind it up once again. And she did a lot of winding. It was a wonderful. I wrote a poem in tribute to my grandmother that you can be 33 years old and over the hill. You can be 82 going on 29. Age isn't living a matter of years, it's only a state of mind. So take care of yourself and think young, and make love and laughter part of the plan. Because the best thing in life is to die young, as old as you possibly can. It's a tribute to my grandma. So that was one of my favorite rituals. But look at your life. Look at it in terms of ritual. This is the Songkran festival in Thailand, the festival of water, where they do depending on where in Thailand you are, they can either up to a week they throw water on one another. It's quite a festival. Right, Joanna Branty, the lady I referred to earlier, that returnonhappiness.com. One of the other things that she does as a ritual now is the completion, deletion, creation, and soul food. The completion, deletion, and creation was from Susan Fort Collins' book, The Joy of Stress, and she she added, Joanna Branty, the soul food. But basically, Susan Fort Collins says that we all get so busy in our lives that we don't take time out to reflect. And we need to reflect a little bit more. And so the way that she reflects is every week she writes down a completion. What did you complete this week? You know, did you finish a project? Did you what are some other things on my list? I'm now drawing a blank on some of these. What have you achieved this week? Projects. Did you patch up a relationship with where you were having problems with a friend or a relative? Finished a budget? Maybe just finished part of a project. Maybe you retired a policy. You made a big mistake and then you learn from that mistake. So you just go through and what completions did you have? Then what deletions? What deletions? It was Peter Drucker, the famous management guru from America, that said that most leaders know what to do, but where they fall short is they don't know what to stop doing. And to be effective today in a world where we're so inundated with change all around us, it's so important to be able to stop doing things that no longer serve us or find a better way to do things. So what did we delete? What did we get rid of in our life this week? To be able to clean our desk off or to get rid of some of the clutter in our life allows us to make room for other things in our life. Creation. What are some of the things that you created this week? New projects you started, new products, new ideas that you may have had. Like today would be, hopefully out of today will become a lot of new creations or ideas that you're going to put into practice. So those would go on the list, right? And then soul food, and this is the one that Joanna Branty, that she thought was so important to add to the other three is, how did you feed your soul this week? You know, is it through healthy eating? Is it through meditation? Did you spend time with a friend that was a wonderful sacred time that you spent? Exercise. How did you exercise? How did you take care of yourself this week? Because that deserves celebrating, and we need to make sure that we make time in our lives for that. So you see some spots there on your handout, and we're looking at page number 8 under completion, deletion, creation, and soul food. Just take one quick minute and answer those questions for yourself. What did you complete? Let's say for the last 7 days, deletion, creation, and soul food. And what you don't do right now, we'll get to later, or you can get to later. What feeds your soul? Okay. Moving on to celebrating community. Whenever two or more are gathered, it's a community. And we all have so many different communities in our lives. From our workplace community, our family can be a community, where we gather at our temple can be a community. And it's, how do we celebrate? How do we honor the people that we spend our lives with, that we have so many different rituals with our lives? Chinese word "xin," that you take care of me and I take care of you. It's the old creating each other's perfect world, but I'm really looking out for you. That I'm here to celebrate with you, to create your perfect world, to make our community better by thinking of your needs ahead of my needs. Honoring one another would definitely fit into this as well. There's a company in Denver that we interviewed for the book. It's called DaVita. They're a medical care business, and they refer to their community, their work community, as a village. And their slogan is, "One for all and all for fun." And once you join the village, they say that you have to engage your heart, your head, and your hands for the greater good of all those around you. And so that everybody in the village has one vote. So it's a true democracy at work. And they truly make decisions as you would in a village that honors everybody. I think that's a wonderful way to look at doing it.